Hello again. Today we are going to tie this bloodworm buzzer. It's just made out of stretch floss for the cheeks, and the body is this strong and stretch elastic. It's really translucent. You get it in all sorts of colours, and it's great for bodies on buzzers, and there's a damsel nymph I tie as well, which uses that in like a yellow actually. But anyway, in the vise is a curve shank heavyweight grub style hook in a size 12, and I'm going to start by tying on a little bit of red UTC Ultra in 140. So I'm just going to come back a little bit. And this is just to make a little red tag at the back. I'm going to come down to about there. Now I'm going to come up and I'm going to catch in this strong and stretch elastic, and I'm just going to heat it up slightly with the lighter. Pull the end, and it's going to give me a nice flat tapered tag to tie in. And we're going to tie the tag in. Whoops, there we go. And I'm going to run the stretch elastic back, and I'm pulling it tight as I come back. And then I'm going to come up. Whoopsie daisy. And I'm going to come up and tie off the red thread because I don't need it anymore. A little bit finish. Tighten up, trim. And in the vise now, in another bobbin, I have some UTC Ultra in black, and it's in 70. It's just a thinner version of the red thread, different colour. So I'm going to start it behind the eye, run it down till I meet the red thread, and now I'm going to have to make sure I've got no nasty steps. So I'm going to take the black thread down to meet the red, just so there's only want a couple of turns of the elastic on the red, and I'm going to bring the black up, and I just need to make sure there's no nasty lumps or bumps really, just so that stretch elastic sits a lot better. That's fine. Now I'm going to pull this elastic really tight. It's amazing how strong it is actually. And we're going to stretch it out the back. We're going to come up, and as I get onto the black, I'm just going to loosen my grip. And then when I get almost by the eye, by the hook, sorry, the hook point level with it, I'm going to fold over some stretch floss. Okay, I'm going to catch that there, and now I'm going to continue up with whoopsie daisy. You've got to be careful. You've got to keep attention on it, because if you let go, it all goes a bit Pete-tong. There we go. Now I'm going to come up to meet the thread. That's okay. So I'm going to come back a little bit because I'm just not happy with that bit. I'm going to come up, meet the thread, catch, whoops a daisy, get that floss out of your way. It's just this last turn, it's just fighting me a little bit. Catch it, keep tension on the thread. Now, if you let go of tension on this thread, it's game over. I'm going to really make sure that I've caught that stretch floss in really well. Wax on the thread. Not the stretch floss, sorry, the stretch elastic. Pull it back a couple of turns, and now I'm just going to tilt the hook up a little bit just to stop it all, to stop the thread from falling off the front of the hook. Now I'm just going to tidy this area a little bit. I'm going to bring the hook back down, pull the elastic round to the bottom. Sometimes it's easier if you just tilt the hook upside down, that's fine. And now we're going to take them either side. I'm going to take the thread over, just a couple of turns, just to hold. And I'm going to have a look. Yeah, that looks terrible. So we just get a dubbing needle, try and do this so you can see. I'm going to get a dubbing needle and we're just going to manipulate this to where we want it. And we want it right on the top. There we go. When you're happy with that, just, there we go. When you're happy with that, we're going to tighten down. We're going to lift these out of the way, do a few more turns, and then stretch, trim, stretch, trim, and then we just build a little head. I'm just going to neaten everything up. Just like that. Have a look at your fly. I'm happy with that. And now we're going to come in with a whip finish. Pause plenty. Tighten up. Trim. Now have a look at your fly. If you feel like things need moving, then you move in. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I just sort of varnish around the head and over the top of those cheeks all the way around. But I don't tend to varnish the body as such. Just that top. I'm just gonna bit off there, that's better. And just on the bottom, in between those cheeks. And that's basically all I've ever done with this fly. And it catches fish. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that one. It can be fiddly with this stretch floss, can be like, I mean, it really stretches, you know, really stretches. So when you're wrapping it round, if you do kind of let that tension go, it's game over, which is nice. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya.